Hi, in this video we're going to look at when kicks are located next to each other within patterns. They can either be delivered in normal motion, fast motion or consecutive. We're going to particularly look at secondary patterns, and out of the three secondary patterns we have, only Duce has them located next to each other. So the first one we're going to look at is where we do a slow middle side kick followed by a high, slow reverse hooking kick. So our starting position is going to be in one-legged stance with a high parallel forearm block. So with the foot on the floor, straight forwards, the other foot with the instep next to my knee, the other foot, the knee then is almost parallel to the floor. We have our hands up at eyebrow height and outside the shoulder line. The first move we need to look at doing is rotate the foot on the floor and then chamber the knee and the foot in the right position. We also drop the hands down to the chest position. So we come to here. Now it's important to get our weight up onto the supporting leg. At this point now, I push out and lock into a side kick. You must lock out. We must show that it's a side kick. Once we have locked out, then we can now bend the knee slightly, so break at the knee, to then bring that weight a little bit closer into us, relax the leg a little bit, and we then need to rotate around for our high reverse hooking kick. The movement of the foot on the floor to do the rotation. Now, there's lots of different ways to do this. Personally, I will look at, with my ball of my foot, will be rotating first. So I rotate the heel around twice, then I go to the heel and then move the foot around the ball of the foot after that. Then I revert back to the heel. This allows me to have that little bit extra balance. We need to make sure that when we get round to around about 11 o'clock on the rotation, so if we have the AB line down here, 11 o'clock is going to be over here. Then we need to lift the leg up and then hook the leg in, because we go from a middle to a high kick on this. So let's demonstrate it. Now notice when I do the kick and I've finished my hooking kick, I pull the leg back in towards my centre of gravity and then step out and then do the jumping motion into the X stance. Now with the X stance we need to make sure that we're jumping the right amount. So we need to look at being one walking stance, so 1.5 shoulder widths forwards. So we don't need to go too far with that jump. Okay, let's go on to our next one. So our next one is going to be from our X stance that we've just done with our downward back fist strike. My foot on the floor, 45 degrees. My rear foot is also 45 degrees, but up onto the ball of the foot. Now from this position, I need to pick my leg up and do a hooking kick. Now the foot needs to come across as well as a Golchumaki would be with the hand. The foot needs to come and block that punch. So from this position, we come up and rotate. At this point, I have to pull my hands back to the chest when I deliver the side kick. So we need to place the hands in the correct position as well. So from our stance, we now hook. We then lend the hands out as I rotate on the floor and then pull back with the side kick. Pulling it back in and then coming through with our cross-cut fingers. So one more time. So it's important to get that rotation on the foot. So as soon as you've done the hooking kick, rotate and then extend that leg out. So there's your secondary patterns with kicks located next to each other. Thank you.